Hi, I'm Lita Leapin.
And I'm Jim Gordon.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight.
Well, we're starting this episode out where we start every episode of our show here at Hubcast Studios in the heart of Vancouver.
And we have a lot to cover on the show, so let's get right to...
Oh, it's my turn. Our City Tonight. Well, it has been, probably over a year and a half since we've been back here filming at one of our favorite places, the Park in downtown Vancouver. We got a whole bunch of places we're going to cover today, and we're starting with the patio and some cocktails with our friend Mateo here at D6.
And you are now the general manager, but you still making cocktails.
For my good friends, I do. For my good friends.
Yes, we should say Mr. GM now here at D6. Okay.
Thank you.
Boy, we're hitting this place at the perfect time of year. Late spring, you got a beautiful patio out here, and with that comes great cocktails, because we have a new bar open up there as well. We didn't have that last year. If you haven't been around lately, talk to us about what we're going to sample here.
So I figured mezcal would be the theme of the cocktails. We have something a little bit more refreshing for the ladies and a little bit more hard for the gentlemen. I know you guys switched them. That's why I like her so much.
Thanks very much.
That's why I like her so much.
Okay. I don't think if you're ready to be GM yet. Anyway, continue. All right.
So here we have the smoke and tonic. So it's a mezcal, chartreuse, contra, a little bit of pineapple juice with tonic water. So it's quite refreshing. Over here we have our D6 Cuba Libre. So it's our signature Cuba Libre. Very simple, just orange bitters, a little bit of dark rum, and cola syrup.
Very nice. And I wasn't going to get that out of her hand. That's rum's your fave, I know.
Rum. I went for the rum.
And these are all available now, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's take a little taste. We never sample until we go on camera, so.
Oh, definitely be back up here for that. I love the different aromas.
Yeah. So it has a mezcal. Sorry, I forgot. It has a little mezcal rinse to it, so you get a little bit of the smokiness. At the end.
Definitely can tell.
And this is delicious. I'm now putting this officially into my scary category, which means they're so good I could have way too many and then they'd have to carry me downstairs.
That always happens,
we have rooms
though.
upstairs.
I know you're in a hotel. You got two hotels here. Okay, hey, let's talk about what is coming up in these summer months. Of course, great looking patio. What's amazing is we have been here on theme nights and things. You can really transform this patio and the restaurant into a lot of different things, can't you?
Absolutely. We have a lot of requests for people throwing their parties here because of the bar outside, the bar inside, the open space area, and it feels like you're out of the city.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a great venue for all those.
It's shockingly quiet up here, and we're right in the middle of downtown.
Yeah,
in the
right now.
Stadium district we are, yes, okay.
Well, it is a beautiful patio, and well, cheers to summer.
Yes.
Cheers, guys.
And some great cocktails, and congratulations again on the, look at me, I've had one sip. Guys, congratulations on the new job here.
Thank you so much.
With Mateo here at D6. Cheers.
Cheers.
Coming up later in the show, too, we're going to check out several more places here at Park, including Honey Salt and the Victor. This episode of Our City Tonight has been sponsored in part by Gyrostone Limited, home exteriors that last a lifetime. This edition of On the Town is brought to you by Genesis Richmond, a new kind of all-inclusive luxury experience. Well, Lita, I'll tell you what, if a town's professional sports teams do it right, they're not only performing for the fans and everything, they're also getting involved in local charities and raising money for those in need. And that is the case with the Vancouver Canucks, and why we are here tonight for a big gala. We're
here at the River Rock Casino and Resort, and we're here for the Canucks Autism Society for Shine a Light Gala. It's actually their first one.
That's right, raising money, and what's great too is that everything is going to the kids and helping kids. We're going to talk more about that and talk to the people involved with it. We're of course in the theater right now. We're getting VIP access and a little peek before the dinner. But before we get to the dinner, what are we going to do?
We're going to go upstairs to the VIP area and interview a few of the folks that are involved in making this all happen.
The VIP party, so we may have a cocktail as well.
Oh, probably. Well, Paul, what inspired your company and yourself to organize this incredible event?
Actually, we have encountered a lot of the students before because I do teach a martial art too as well. So I have quite a bit of the student actually being misunderstood, and it's their attitude problem instead of they actually being diagnosed of autistic. So after I have a chance to actually talk to Polo Aquilini, and also have the chance to actually deal with Canucks autistic network, and I find out there is a very meaningful network, and plus they provide a little bit difference than the other association. So I would be encouraged to have this event to fundraise for them.
We are a fashion trading limited company. We've been distributing eyewear and accessories over Canada, both Vancouver and Toronto.
And let's talk, all modesty aside, let's talk about what you donated here tonight to this wonderful dinner.
We donate sunglasses frame and also optical frames. Yeah.
Very nice. Can you talk a bit about what how your company got involved?
Sure thing. So we are a local real estate developer, and because we're a very tight-knit group, one of our core values is community and kinship, and we really we grew up with the Canucks, so we kind of understand what it's about, and we do think that visibility and raising awareness for autism is very important to Vancouver and us as well. We're so excited and so honored to be here.
Well, the VIP part of the evening is about to wrap up, but we managed to get the man that we wanted to talk to. Paulo, thank you for taking some time to talk to us. I guess the first question I want to ask you, can you talk about the creation of this foundation and the great work it does?
Well, it had very humble beginnings at our kitchen table. My wife and I were sitting at our kitchen table thinking about how could we help families living with autism in British Columbia. And the concept of Canucks Autism Network was born. Many great people gathered around, and here we are almost 11 years later, and I believe we have something really special, and families all across this province are being helped, and we're really proud of that.
There's always, of course, more work to do, but I've been really struck, Lita and I have, because we've done a lot of autism coverage. I'm really struck by how strong the network is here in this province, and it's things like tonight, isn't it, that goes a long way.
Well, it's Canucks Autism Network. It has quite a strong affiliation with the Vancouver Canucks, and the Vancouver Canucks hockey team is about our province. And so we follow right along that line. And tonight is an incredible evening. Paul Tam put this event together. He's paid for it. I'm just tremendously honored that we can participate in this event with his generosity. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and it's so good to see the businesses. We've been talking to a lot of people tonight. It's great when you have successful businesses, but part of that is giving back to the community, and I'm seeing a lot of that here tonight.
Yeah, we have very generous sponsors here tonight. We're really glad that that the business community rallies around this cause. I think it's a cause that's very important for the community at large. Families that live with autism, they can be quite sometimes segregated, and we want families to flourish in our community, and so that takes not only the community but the business community as well. So we're grateful for them to be here tonight.
And I'll leave you with this note. I think in this day and age, a sports team can't just be successful with the fans. They got to get involved with the community and help out. And I think this tonight is a perfect example of that. So we thank you, and we thank the Vancouver Canucks for everything you're doing. Cheers, man. Thank you. Well, we're back down at the dining area where we started the segment out. Of course, very busy now. People are sitting down. We're getting ready for the dinner and a great evening of entertainment and auctions and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Absolutely. They've got their silent auction happening and just a really great cause. We're just so happy to be here to support.
That's right. A good time tonight here for Art City Tonight.
This edition of On the Town has been brought to you by Genesis Richmond, a new kind of all-inclusive luxury experience.
Well, we're back here at the park, and we've gone from upstairs down to the main floor at one of the very popular restaurants here, Honey Salt, and we're really excited to try some of the new things that are coming up on your menu in the springtime. And Ash, can you let us know what is in front of us because it sure smells good.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of really exciting things happening at Honey Salt right now, one of which being the launch of our new spring and summer menu. Here we have our blackened cod with a summer succotash and whipped potato. It's absolutely fantastic. Here we have our organic king salmon with beluga lentil and confit tomato. And last but absolutely not least, our Dungeness crab mac and cheese with garlic bread and small arugula salad.
Wow, now this is some inspiration from the chef, or is it a joint effort of picking the menu?
It's all of our culinary team put their minds together, came up with this. A focus on, of course, locally sourced BC ingredients, very fresh, vibrant flavors that really pop in the summer sun.
And we should,
Just watching Jim.
no, the fork is already in my hand, actually. And people that watch our show will probably be surprised I've waited this long. You know what's great? We have really, and we were saying this up at D6, we've really come here at the right time of the year because, as you said, late spring into summer. We have a theme pretty much going today, and that's patios that are popping up. You guys have a new patio that is popping up very soon, end of May. What are you expecting that to do for your business?
We're expecting to obviously increase a lot of business from the locals. It's got a lot of direct sunlight throughout the afternoon, cooling off around the evening time. Great opportunity to try some of our sangria off our new cocktail menu.
Very nice here, yes.
So tell us what this is.
This is actually our rosé sangria off our cocktail menu that we just launched for spring and summer. It's a fair bit of rosé and a good size helping, apricot brandy and apple juice.
Very nice.
Oh goodness, that says summer completely.
Yeah, and you guys are doing a lot of different things. Your menu, what we see here, like something go from this to this, but you're also offering like live music, you've got a great brunch. Let our viewers know about what's going on in the lounge.
Absolutely. In addition to our brunches, which are always a fan favorite, dinner throughout the week, we've got live music in the lounge, Thursdays from 7 to 10 p.m., just showcasing some of Vancouver's best local artists.
Nice.
Oh, excellent. That's great. Wow, everything looks excellent. Jim and I have been here before, and we love when you put new things on the menu to drive us in here again.
Yeah. Ash, thanks very much. By the way, does anyone tell you look like Ewan McGregor?
I get David Beckham once in a while.
David Beckham?
Oh,
Okay,
that's a good one.
Man, I get Diana Ross a lot. I don't know why that is. Okay, we're going to come back again to the park later in the show, and we're going to move back upstairs to the Victor. That's all coming up. Ash, thank you. We're going to eat now.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure.
Hi, I'm Natalie Volz. I'm an actor, writer, and director, and I'm hanging out with these two cuties from our city tonight.
Cuties.
Cuties.
Yeah. Well, we're here at the 99th Annual Vancouver International Auto Show. Really incredible, over 400 cars they pull up here. But we're here with Jennifer Friesen of Genesis Richmond. Now, Jennifer, the last time we sat with you, we talked a lot about customer service, customers, what questions they were asking, some of the new things after you've actually come to this auto show 2 years in a row. But what really made us curious too is I think a lot of people don't know the evolution of the Genesis brand. So maybe you can fill us in a little bit about where it all came from.
Sure, yeah. I think you'll notice Genesis, a lot of people actually know the name, but they're not really sure how they know the name. And you would know it as a Hyundai Genesis. It was actually a model of a car. And in 2016, they actually broke off and it became its own brand. So now we are the Genesis brand, and we have our G80, our G90, and our G70.
Which the G70 just won North American Car of the Year.
Yes, it did.
So, and
yeah.
again, we've got that great awards, the award cabinet at the back of the booth. Now, tell us a little bit too, Hyundai, they came into the market, competing with a lot of the other, Asian brands out there. Then they branched into this real luxury brand. What sets you guys apart? What continues to set you apart from the other really high luxury brands that are out there that people recognize?
Yeah, I think my favorite thing that sets us apart would definitely be the services we provide. I know we've touched on them a little bit. I still have people that don't believe that that's actually a possibility, that we're going to come to them all the time, we're going to pick up their car for them. People are just really skeptical and they don't really understand how it works, and it's fun to actually talk to them and be like, oh no, we actually do come to you, and you know, the service is actually the service, and that's what you're going to get when you own a Genesis.
So can you give us a little sneak peek into what is in store for Genesis as you move forward into the future? Because you know, so many other brands and companies are coming out, they're trying to keep up with all the trends. Is there any trends that Genesis is keeping up with?
I think the biggest thing for us, right now we have 4-door sedans. Our most exciting thing is our SUV that's coming. So we have our GV80, and that will be expected next year. That's going to be a lovely SUV. So we're looking forward to getting into that market.
Perfect. Now I'm going to ask you kind of a put you on the spot question. What is your favorite car of the whole? You've driven them all, and you've had the luxury of having all of them. Maybe you have a preference, and why? Curious.
You know what, my all-time favorite would definitely be the G70 Sport with the 3.3 twin turbo V6. I just love the handling, and it's just a lot of fun to drive.
And you can still fit a rather large dog in the back, right?
You could do it, yeah, for sure.
Oh, excellent. Well, we're always excited to sit down and talk with you. You know, it really is interesting, the evolution of this great brand, and they just keep getting better. And a lot of people come to you for the service aspect because they're curious.
Yeah.
But the car itself is holding its own in that luxury market with all, well, coming standard with so many great features.
Yeah, absolutely.
And definitely the price point is very attractive.
Yes.
So we've got Jennifer Friesen of Genesis Richmond joining us here. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Todd Talbot, and you are watching Our City Tonight.
Well, we've gone from D6 downstairs to Honey Salt. We're now back upstairs, right across from D6 at the Victor, and we're joined by our good friend GM Grant Nelson, who has put out quite a spread for us. Grant, great to see you.
Good to have you.
Excellent.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Now, you have something, you know, you don't usually think of a fancy steakhouse as having a happy hour, but you guys have something called a supper club.
That's right.
So we were calling it the Happy Meal. It's kind of a supper club happy meal
It's
for
a happy
adults.
experience. That's right. That's right.
Absolutely. So what does that entail?
Well, we're right next to BC Place in Rogers Arena. We get a lot of events happening right next door. So we tried to put together a program that was designed for guests who want to eat good quality dinner in a limited amount of time. The Supper Club dinner was programmed that way. We feature sushi, we feature our signature lobster bisque soup, and then we feature steak, risotto, or salmon as the main course, and then our beautiful menke cake or the chocolate mousse dessert as well.
And we should say, like, Lita and I have been here before parties. I mean, you could spend a whole evening here, obviously, but part of this the Supper Club meal idea is to kind of get you in and get you out to that concert right next door in 90 minutes.
That's right.
And I think a lot of people don't know that you have two great patios too. And we're sitting out here on this patio. It's awesome. The water there with your Canadian geese
That's right.
there, and great view into the restaurant. It's just beautiful.
It's and this patio is covered, so we can actually service this patio all year round. So we have guests joining us. A couple weeks ago, we had a rainstorm, and it was actually a beautiful greenhouse sort of feeling.
Oh, nice.
You know, you've got the rain pouring, you can hear the rain. So whether it's a rainy, snowy, sunny, this patio, we service guests here. And you've got, of course, the beautiful view. You've got the park, you've got the pond, and you've got this incredible perspective of BC Place, which is, you know, really unmatched.
And we should say to you also, now we're all having our own specific type of wine. You got a really good wine program here, obviously, and we're all drinking BC wine here.
That's right, BC wine. We definitely have a great representation from BC wine on our list. We've got the beautiful rosé here from Mission Hill. We've also got a Mission Hill Pinot Noir. Beautiful notes of strawberries, and then for the rosé, which is fantastic. You got a little bit of grapefruit going on there. Nice grapefruit zest. You get a lot of that out of that rosé. And then from our Pinot Grigio here, which pairs well. These all pair well, very well with our sushi and the Supper Club. They're designed for that reason, actually, to pair well with these wines. And then I've got a beautiful Cedar Creek Pinot Gris.
And what do we have over here? We even forgot
this
to
is a little fun.
Sushi, of course,
That's
but
right.
this is really interesting here.
A lot of our menu is really playful. We want it to be refined but playful. This is called the uni taco. And for uni,
enthusiasts, this will, you know, it'll pair guacamole, a little bit of togarashi breaded taco chip, and then the uni on top of that. So there are those out there who love uni. They don't want any interference whatsoever with the uni. Sometimes those guests are not crazy about this one, but for the great majority of those who are not so familiar with uni, this is a great introduction to it. It has a very particular flavor, but for those of you who've never tried uni before, which a lot of guests, our guests here, international travelers, haven't necessarily been exposed to uni, this is a wonderful, playful start to that.
Very nice.
And so, just for those that might not know what uni is, what's uni?
Sea urchin. Sea urchin.
Thank you.
It looks, and for anyone who's tried uni, it doesn't look anything like it does when it's on the plate, as it is in the ocean. It's a very dramatic, very distinct-looking creature.
Very nice. Well,
and
listen,
our second dish, quickly.
This is the avocado crunch. It combines many different elements. You have a little bit of crunchiness from the rice puff cracker. You have the smoothness of the mango and the avocado, and a little bit of savoriness from the shiso mayo. This combines everything: crunch, smooth, creamy, and savory, all in the same roll. It's the best roll in town.
I'm completely drooling.
Yeah, we really like you, but as we said often on the show, that we have to start eating now. So,
right away.
Grant Nelson, this was our last stop here today at Park. We want to thank you, buddy, at Come Find Park, D6, and Honey Salt, all here downtown. And we've been saying all day, everybody's got a patio now, but also you don't hear any sounds of the city, and we're right in the middle of the city. So this is really nice.
You're very secluded. You have a feeling of being in the city, but outside on some sort of magical place.
Very nice.
It is beautiful.
We're going to enjoy some food at this magical place. Grant, thanks very much, pal.
Good to have you.
Cheers.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm Don Alder, and you're watching Our City Tonight.
Well, welcome back to the Medical Rejuvenation Center. I am here with our favorite expert, Dr. Bob Morell, and we're going to talk about one of the #1 body shaping procedures that they offer here at the center, and it's called cool sculpting. Now, very interesting that it was first presented, you'd say 20 years ago up at Whistler was your first time to actually see this, to a lot of doctors that might have been a little skeptical about how fantastic this procedure is. Can you describe cool sculpting for our audience?
Well, 20 years ago, I did get exposed to it at Whistler. Dr. Rox Anderson, who's the head of dermatology at Harvard University and MIT, presented a paper showing that if you take fat cells, expose it to cold, the cells lyse, waste away, and never come back. Permanent fat loss. And at the time I thought, I don't know, Rox.
Good. Skepticism is good.
Yeah, totally. But it turns out that now it's our #1 instrument in our office used. It's an energy device for shaping bodies.
Excellent. Well, there's a lot of talk about energy in the business world and that heat transfer, thermal, and that it's interesting to apply it to aesthetic medicine. And I know that you said it's one of your #1 procedures now here in the office. Now, what is the downtime if somebody comes in to get cool sculpting?
Really no downtime, which is unique for an energy device. You can get up off the table, off the area where you're treated, go home, next day you're back at work, no downtime.
Wow, and one of the things that came to mind when I was looking up this a little bit, who would be a good candidate, and is it a weight loss type of, would someone come in here and, they just need to lose a lot of weight? Sounds like a kind of a magic tool.
Really, it's not a weight loss tool. Our ideal candidate is a person who eats a good diet, exercises regularly, is fit, but is caught with some areas of stubborn fat, which they're genetically predisposed to. Those fat areas can be under the chin, under the arms, love handles, inner thighs. So those common areas that we all think about when we're standing there in the morning in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
And so it's not a weight loss program, it's a body contour shaping program.
Okay, so what can a candidate or a client expect as results? by going through this procedure?
Happiness.
I like that. We talked about that, yes.
So really there's a number of things they can expect. First of all, it's a permanent loss.
Okay.
Once they lose it in that area, if they gain weight somewhere else, they gain weight somewhere else, but not in that area. Wow. So it's a permanent loss. Each time you get treated, it's about a 20% loss in volume in that area. And you can do areas multiple times to achieve maximum results. And now it's sort of April going on June. It's a time that people start thinking, you know what, summer's coming, I'm going to be in my bathing suit. I wonder if I should.
Yeah. And like you said, there's not a lot of downtime. So, you know, one of the concerns too would be, it's sort of like liposuction was, is there going to be a lot of loose skin? Do they have to deal with that, or is it more, it just dissolves in the body?
Turns out the skin elasticity does a pretty good job in areas. So your own elasticity plays a role. If there is an area like under the chin, for instance, where you want the skin tightened up, there are energy devices specifically for under the chin, the neck, the jowls. Wow. So we don't look at that as a problem. We look at that as something that can be solved.
Wonderful. Well, you seem like you've got it all covered. What are the side effects?
Happiness.
Keep going back to that.
So there can be, you can irritate nerves. You can have a discomfort there for a small period of time or even a long period of time. But really there's no long-term detrimental.
Okay. So aesthetic versus medical benefits, is it just for looking better, or what would you say as we wrap up here?
Well, I think that really everything we do is for aesthetics. But the benefit, of course, is the feedback you get for yourself and feeling good about yourself and feeling good in general, and it makes a better us.
Wonderful. Okay, well that sounds exciting. I just love all this great technology to help us age more gracefully, I suppose. And so we're going to be back with Dr. Bob Morell in a future episode, talking a little bit more about male-driven procedures. And we're looking forward to seeing what the guys come in to get done. Thanks, Dr. Bob.
Closed captioning for this episode of Our City Tonight has been brought to you by Gyrostone Limited, home exteriors that last a lifetime.
Well, we're back here at Hubcast Studios where we wrap up all of our shows.
That's right, but the show is over, so it's time for us to leave. I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Lita Leapins.
We'll see you on the next edition of Our City Tonight.
Genesis Richmond. Test drive, purchase, maintenance. They come to you.